Jane. I am concerned about living a life that is going to leave a spiritual legacy. And what that has helped me do is work backwards so that I understand what I need to do to be able to get there. And that's basically what I have been helping you guys to, because this is what has helped me to get to where I am. I believe and I know that it's going to help you to get to where you want to go. If you want to leave a legacy, in your life, spiritual life, basically whatever life you're living in, and you want to leave a legacy, these are the signs to look out for. These are the things that will help you see if you are moving in the right direction. My name is Jane, and I hope this conversation blesses you today. So, as you know, this month we've been focusing on how we can be able to build our lives to this point where we can talk about bearing fruit that lasts. So, we talked about identity the first week. Do you know who you are? Do you know your calling in Christ? Do you know as a person? Do you know the kind of identity that you have in Christ? So we are tackling identity. If you're struggling with self-acceptance, if you're struggling with comparison, if you're struggling with self-doubt, those are the things that we're going to be tackling every first week of every month. Then we're going to go to authenticity. Are you authentic? Are you authentic in the way you do things? Are you authentic in the way you relate with people? Can I meet you here and meet you in another town or in another country, and I will still find you to be the same person? That's what authenticity is all about. And also being present with who you are, with your struggles, letting those be familiar for you and for God so that He can help you cross through them. Then, of course, the third one, which we discussed last week, is the bold action. My favorite place, because faith does not work without bold action, and the bold action does not work without faith. So we shared 3 steps which you can help you implement your bold action through faith. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that video, I'm going to pin it somewhere here. Please go back and listen and have and basically just get to understand the steps that you need to implement in order to activate your bold action. So today we are talking about bearing fruit that lasts. Are we concerned more about the impact that we leave, the legacy that we leave, a spiritual legacy, or basically just the legacy that you're building for your generation? What are the things that will help us see that we're actually there, that we are in the movement, that we are doing the right thing, so that we are not second guessing and asking ourselves, is there really impact? Are we measuring with outcome, or are we measuring with the transformation? That's the conversation for today. So I'm also going to be sharing only 3 that are going to help you find understand if where you are making movement, if there really is some sort of impact in what you're doing. The first thing is definitely going to be, there's going to be transformation over performance. The transformation will start with you. Are you experiencing peace where you are experiencing trouble? Are you experiencing strength where there was weakness? Are you seeing the transformation within yourself first before it starts flourishing, before it starts going out to other people? The transformation starts with you, and it starts with you experiencing those changes. So if you're not seeing those changes, then you need to pause and ask yourself, have I been focusing more on the outcome than the person that I am becoming? So transformation will start with you. You will experience a difference in how you're doing things. Confidence. Has your confidence levels improved from when you started this bold action? Has your prayer life improved from when you started following God? Have things changed? Are you feeling the transformation? Because the transformation has to be inward before we can see it sprouting. The same way with the fruit, starts from the ground, then we see the fruit. So the transformation starts with you before it can start webbing out to other people. So the second way in which you can measure if you're bearing fruit that lasts is going to be dependent on your character. Is there consistency in your character? This year we have been focusing on fruitfulness, basically in all areas of our lives under the Epic Women Circle, which I asked you guys to join. It's a really beautiful community. If you want to become a part of it, just check out their page on Instagram, Epic Women Africa, and join. It's such a beautiful place. And this year we have been focusing on fruitfulness in all areas of our lives. And when I think about fruitfulness, I think of it as It has to be present in all seasons. In and out of season, your fruit remains the same. That's how you know you're bearing fruit that lasts, so that you're not being controlled by anger, you're not being controlled by these things that you've been struggling with, but you have gained a footing where you are bearing fruit in and out of season. So when things are good, you're still bearing fruit. When things are not good, you're still bearing fruit. That's how you know you have reached a place where you are getting to you're bearing fruit that lasts, because your fruitfulness is now not dependent on your environment. It is fully dependent on who you are. So regardless of whatever is happening around you, the fruit remains the same across all seasons. The third way in which you can measure if you're bearing fruit that lasts is that there is impact that supersedes visibility. The impact that you have, your obedience has caused somebody else to come out of their shell. Your obedience has caused somebody else to shake out their paralysis and start moving in bold action. Your obedience is causing others to bear fruit. That's how you know that you're more there is more impact than there is visibility, so that we don't measure somebody's success by how visible they are, but the impact that they have. So when you look at your life and you know that out of your obedience to God, out of your obedience to your calling, you have pulled someone else, you have encouraged someone else, somebody has come to you and said, you've really helped me, and now I feel like I want to move, I want to make, I want to take the bold action, or I want to really start embracing my authenticity. I really want to be able to showcase what God is doing in my life, or I want to start moving in this way or moving in that way, or start this thing. If you have started causing other people to transform their lives, that's how you also know you're bearing fruit that lasts. So it's really as simple as that, guys. This week we're just focusing on, if you want to measure your impact, if you want to measure that where you are, you're bearing fruit that lasts, those are the three things that you can look at: transformation over performance, consistency in character, and impact beyond visibility. That's it for today's conversation. I hope you have been blessed. And as we look forward to get into the final month of the year, I hope that you stay blessed and that God guides you in your decision making during this last month of the year. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jane. I hope that this conversation has blessed you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.